Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yakrapatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate. So after covering the topics of Adhikari, then Tattva Viveka, and thereafterwards Bhagvan Sankaracharya comes to the topic of Moksha. The word Moksha means liberation. Liberation is twofold. First of all, the word liberation means to be free of. So always liberation will have a associated question: liberated from what? Liberated from what? We all experience a sense of incompleteness, to fulfill which we are ever in search of joy through n number of ways, what our mind fancies. In fact, there is a deep chasm, so to say, a deep unfulfilled vacuum, because of which we are continuously restless, wanting this or that. Not knowing our real nature, we feel unfulfilled. Not realizing our real nature as complete bliss, we feel unfulfilled. Because we do not know our real nature, we take ourselves to be the body, the mind, and so on. So now the problem has been compounded. One, I do not know my real nature. Now some other problems and all have been added to me now. I didn't know my real nature, that itself is a serious issue. Now along with it, the problems of the body, the problems of the mind, all these things enter into me, my real nature, so to say. And I live a life of ignorance and body related problems, mind related issues, intellect circumscribed, intellect circumscribed notions. Body related issues, we know the body undergoes through various modifications. It's going to move forward in age, in vitality, become, weak, etc., etc. is going to happen. And not that it is going to happen now, there is no problem. Now also there are lots of other issues compared to, with respect to the body. Now the senses also have their own cravings. That also becomes mine. I want that. Otherwise I feel incomplete. The mind also wants this, that. Otherwise, if I don't get it, I feel lost. The intellect also wants this, that. If I don't get them, then I also feel, terribly lacking in something. So, not knowing myself, one issue. Taking myself to be this and that, another issue. And then the problem has become so complicated that whole life, an individual is miserable. Ask anybody, are you happy? Nobody will say, I'm happy. Very rarely you will find somebody saying, I'm happy, but that but will always come to but in. Okay. So what is that? This kind of miserable, limited life is called samsara. So when we say liberation from this, are you getting what I'm trying to tell? This is one. But another aspect of samsara, we don't stop with this journey here. Meaning our sad story has got part 1, part 2, part 3 and all those things. Sequel is waiting to come. Because you see, what is happening is that because we are not knowing our real nature, and because we are getting this, that, want this, craving that, this and all those things, so mind is not resting at ease. That mind is propelled further because it has not been fulfilled. And because it is not fulfilled, it seeks other avenues of fulfillment, which is all called rebirth. Because how much can the body help the mind? The body has got an expiry date. Mind doesn't seem to have an expiry date. Mind is always 90 years also. The person says, I am inside a young man. Inside I am young, fresh. Body, so that inside that young youth that wants this, that and all. So one more is required. And this one more. The cycle of birth and death. Death because there's an expiry date for the body. Birth because the mind has no expiry date. It goes on. So until the mind is educated to settle down, this cycle of birth and death, it's not a cycle, cycle goes round. It's actually a series. Even though we say cycle, it is actually a series. We don't come to the same point. We just keep on going. They call cycle because birth is followed by death and death is followed by birth. That's why it's called a cycle. But actually it is a kind of, I don't want to say infinite series, because it has an end, but it is a series. Okay, this was going to happen. So when we say liberation from what has got two answers. One is an immediate answer of liberation from the sense of a deep unfulfillment, which is expressing as kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. I'm sure you all know these terms. Desire, kama, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, delusion, mada, pride, matsarya, jealousy. These are only a few samples. We know we have plenty. We're sampling. These are the essential ones. That's why they are enumerated. Everything, all else, are ramifications of this. Are ramifications are produced by these, are expansions of these. Okay. So one is freedom from this unfulfillment. And therefore, a person who has known the self is called kritakritya. Kritakritya, one who is fulfilled. There's nothing more he needs to do, because nothing more he wants. When there's no want, the need to do also ceases. The second answer for what is liberation, or liberation from what, you have to say liberation from this wheel of samsara. Liberation from this series, an end date, an expiry date to the mind. Okay. So what is liberation? Liberation from two kinds. One, liberation from an unfulfillment, and two, liberation from the series of birth and death. Now, how does a person put an end to this? We say by knowledge. And we say such a person is liberated while living. Now, what we mean by liberated while living is that he finds a solution to problem one. When somebody finds a solution to problem one, he is called a Jivan Mukta. When somebody finds a solution to problem two, he is called Videha Mukta. What is problem one? An unfulfillment. How does it end? By knowing oneself. What do you mean by knowing oneself it ends? Once one knows oneself to be Satchitananda, as you know, that itself is Purna. Sat means an existence which is ceaseless. It's complete in time. Right? An existence by itself is all pervasive. Therefore, it is complete in space. An existence by itself is everything. Therefore, it is complete in object also. There are three kinds of limitations. Something is limited in time. It is not always. So, time-based limitation. Existence is always. Yesterday also I was existing, today also, tomorrow also. Many tomorrows I have seen, many births also I have seen. The existence remains. So there is no limitation by time. There is no limitation by space also, because existence is all pervasive. In fact, space comes from existence. We have seen that. Or not. It's very funny to say existence is everywhere. Everywhere is in existence. Is it not? The concept of here, there, everywhere is in space, right? And where does space come from? Space comes from consciousness existence. Therefore, even to talk of limitation with respect to space is funny. So also to speak of limitation with respect to time also is funny, because time is also a moment of events, and all events rise from consciousness. So limitation by space is not there, limitation by time is also not there, and limitation by object also is not there, because all objects rise from it, and it itself is alone all those objects. Like how gold can never be limited, only an ornament can be limited. A bangle is different from a necklace, but gold is not limited by a bangle or a necklace. Therefore, this existence consciousness is unlimited. So when we say existence, the deeper significance of it is unlimited. When we say the self is consciousness, the very word consciousness tells, our experience is also that this existence is self-luminous. It is not a dull, inert, unknown existence. It is rather an existence which is self-revealing. Chit. And this existence, this consciousness is utterly fulfilled. It is utterly complete. There is nothing lacking in it. In it, there is nothing which brings down itself to a sense of needing anything. That which will end in time wants to be for some more time. That which is not somewhere wants to be somewhere else. That which is not having something will want something. But existence consciousness is everything. So the fulfillment of existence consciousness, or the Atman, is so complete that there is no concept of incompleteness there, like how there is no concept of darkness for the sun. Does sun have a concept of darkness? No. If the sun were to go in search of darkness, will the sun find darkness? No, because wherever it goes, darkness is not there. It goes, and even before it goes, darkness has to flee. The same way, this consciousness existence is so complete, so full, that there is no possibility, no concept of even possibility, not even a thought that it could be incomplete can be there. Operating from such a core, how would a jnani be not fulfilled? We all operate from body. Therefore, it's very different life. Or we operate from mind. Always we want this or that. That is a big problem. Bodily wants can be easily fulfilled. That's okay, but mental greed, how can it be fulfilled? Mahatma Gandhi says very beautifully, there is enough in this world for everybody's need, but not for one person's greed. Enough in the world for everybody's need, but not enough for one person's greed. Each person can be so greedy that the whole cosmos is not sufficient for him. In the Puranas, we have examples of Ravana, we have examples of Hiranyakashipu, all asuras who wanted, even the infinite was not satisfying for them. Because you cannot become infinite by holding on to the body or the mind. Unless we transcend the body or mind, finitude will always come to gnaw at our hearts. Gnaw. Keep on eating at our souls. Okay? But operating from this source of inner fulfillment and completeness, and jnani is very different. And that's why sometimes it is said, who is a Jivan Mukta? A Jivan Mukta is a person. They say, no. for happiness, from happiness. He works from happiness. He lives from happiness. We live for happiness. He lives from happiness. Anandam, Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Bhrigu finally understood that his real nature is Ananda Brahma. Taittiriya Upanishad. So who is a Jivan Mukta? Like how now we live so completely as a body, he who lives completely as the Atman. This is something we should somehow manage to attain. I'm saying attain for loss of better word, something which we need to realize. And this is what Pujya Gurudev spent his whole life for. You may say he did so many things. He did, he started Bal Vihar, he started Yuva Kendra, he started Devi Group, he, took up a cultural renaissance, a national spiritual rejuvenation, and an international you may say. But all what he did was only this, to awaken us to that reality. And therefore we say, in Shastra we say, the greatest Guru Dakshina you can ever offer to your Guru is to realize the ultimate truth which the Guru expounds. It is for this he left the Himalayas, no? What else for he left the Himalayas from his Guru? To just give us this knowledge. Okay. Such is a Jivan Mukta Purusha. And for this, now, a person who lives like this is called what? A Jivan Mukta. See the word Jivan Mukta, Jivan Eva Muktaha. Even while living, he is liberated. Liberated from what? The first one. Unfulfillment. It's very, very poor words. Words, how do they communicate? I can say freedom from desire. I can say freedom from anxiety. I can say freedom from tension. I can say freedom from want. I can say freedom from greed, etc., etc. I can say. But ultimately, freedom from what we are now. That's all. Such weaklings we have become, not knowing who we are. Well, the Upanishad says, Amrutasya Putraha. O sons and daughters of immortality. The Upanishad say. And we say, We're not even hearing those words, Somehow these kind of words, bounce like echo on mountain walls and come back. And the Guru hears, Amrutasya Putra, again, Amrutasya Putra. Okay. Such is our scriptural wealth, which can just change us. Which can just make us such Everest, We all want to be tiny anthills, and we are pleased with little rain which falls on our anthills and cools us down. We are very happy. The vast, unexplored ocean of consciousness is there in front of us. But we as limited individuals seem to become happy with small things, and that's our malady. An unsatisfied soul is a better recipient of spirituality than a soul which wants petty pleasures for its fulfillment. Alright? Who is a Jivan Mukta? Who has seen this fulfillment. And therefore, he is liberated while living. But then there is another issue also. One can be liberated now. But again, if the mind is to take us further, again this problem, one more time we have to again get knowledge. Again study Tattvabodha onwards. Go to your course, study Tattvabodha, this text and write test, and then wonder what happened. I didn't. Unnecessary ups and downs in life. Right? So, this cycle, how does one put to an end? It is in this context we have the analysis of the three karmas. So three karmas are three. Now we're talking with respect to a Jivan Mukta. One is Agami, another is Sanchita, third is Prarabdha. In yesterday's session, we have seen what is Agami and Sanchita. We're talking with respect to a Jnani. Therefore, Agami or a Jnani is from TJ, TK or TJ, Jnana or knowledge K. From TJ up to the fall of the body. TD. TJ to TD. Whatever actions are being done, the results which accrue, punya and papa, is called as the Agami. What is Sanchita? Sanchita is a collection of all karmas which have been performed in the future. Which have been performed in the past. And they have the capacity to create infinite crores of births. Ananta Koti Janma Bija Bhutam. So much is there. Infinite crores of birth can come one after another. So many actions we have accumulated in our search for joy in this world. Right? So all of them is called as Sanchita. And what is Prarabdha? Let us read. We are in page 123. Prarabdham karma kimiti chet. What is Prarabdha? If this were asked, Prarabdham karma kim? What? Iti chet. If this was a question, idam shariram utpadya iha loke eva sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. What is prarabdha karma? First, what does prarabdha karma do? Prarabdha karma has gone to action even before. Even before we are discussing about prarabdha karma, it has gone to action. Meaning, even before the jnani has got mukti, jivan mukti, the prarabdha karma has been in action. That is an important point to note. Agami karma comes after. Sanchita karma is before. Prarabdha karma is continuous. Sanchita karma is still waiting. It has to do in future something. Agami karma is going to happen. Whereas prarabdha karma is what? Even the very body of the jnani has been created by prarabdha karma. We have seen that, is it not? Karma is the nimitta karana for the body. Not just Sthula Sharira. Karma is also nimitta karana for the Sukshma Sharira also. The karma creates a physical body, yes. But even the mind, intellect and all those things are fashioned by karma. Yes, for the physical body, the upadana karana is gross elements. For the subtle body, the upadana karana is subtle elements. But what kind of body, where we are born, all those things are determined by prarabdha karma. And what kind of, we have a human mind, of course. What kind of human mind we have? What kind of talents we come with? What kind of inclinations the mind has? All these things are determined by prarabdha karma. Is it not? So, prarabdha karma what? See here. Idam shariram utpadya. After having created this body, both the gross and the subtle. So one is creating the gross body and the subtle body, which the jnani has. And second is what? Not only creating the body, but ensuring that the body has body, the mind, ensuring this ayatana and sadhana. Remember, what is the body? Ayatana. What is the mind? Sadhana. Ensuring this ayatana and sadhana get their due of sukha and dukkha is also part of prarabdha karma. For us also. The body is there. But every day we go through sukha and dukkha, is it not? That sukha and dukkha is a result of prarabdha karma. Please do not think that prarabdha karma is only that which creates the body. Every moment as we perform actions, some of them start manifesting in this birth itself. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say I'm doing something now. When will I get the result of that? I'm doing something now. When will I get the result of that? Now or any time? Some of them will happen in this birth itself. Some of them will happen in this birth itself. It is not that for everything that you do, you will get birth. Suppose somebody commits something. It is not that he'll be jailed in next janma for what he has done now. Suppose he escapes, it doesn't mean he escapes. He'll get it. Some of them give their result now in this birth. Some of them can give later on. Later on does not mean next or even the next anytime. It's all lying in Sanchita. Understand? So prarabdha karma creates this body, no doubt. And some of the karmas that we do give results now itself. They also have become prarabdha. That means from Sanchita they have gone and they have become prarabdha. So if you do X number of actions, the whole X may not become prarabdha, but a bit of it can become definitely prarabdha. We already have some prarabdha what we have to experience. Now with that, this goes and adds and then changes the type of prarabdha also we are going to experience. And that is why our life is in our hands. Our life is in our hands. We are the architects of our future. So can prarabdha be changed? People ask this question. Prarabdha can be changed by purushartha. Why? Because it is purushartha which goes on to become prarabdha. And if a strong purushartha is there, even if it is a prarabdha which is little strong, this purushartha can add into it and change the prarabdha. Every moment we make our prarabdha. What I'm going to meet next moment, joy and sorrow, is prarabdha. Yes, but that joy and sorrow, what am I going to meet now, meet the next moment, is also connected with what I'm doing now, not just with my past, over which I have no control. Yeah. So from that Sanchita, a prarabdha has gone into action. And that has given the body, that has given the mind. Now that prarabdha will be in action throughout our life. Which prarabdha? From that Sanchita, which prarabdha has come, will be in action throughout our life. But every moment we do action and we kind of affect that general flow of prarabdha with our particular action of the today. So, today is a result of the past. Tomorrow is a result of the past and today. Tomorrow is not just a result of the past. Tomorrow is a result of the cumulative result of the past as well as today. Every today we had made with our past. Every tomorrow we will make with our past and today. Alright. But whatever is coming as prarabdha, we have to go through. We may change it a bit. We can correct it. We can even overcome. But whatever is there will come. We'll have to face it. And that is coming like a gush of a river. It is coming. Every moment it is expressing. Alright. So, idam shariram utpadya, after having created this body, loke, iha loke eva, in this world itself, in this life, what does prarabdha do? Sukha dukkha pradam. It gives, it enables, it fashions for us our joys and sorrows. It fashions for our joys and sorrows means what? It fashions those situations which create joys and sorrow. Prarabdha karma fashions the situation, creates the situation, creates such kind of situation wherein you will feel sad or you will feel happy. It creates the situation. Sometimes you must have seen some people, idella am prarabdha. All my prarabdha. And sometimes they look at us and say, my prarabdha. Mother and father, when they get angry, especially mother, at us, say, prarabdha nee vandu tolache. My prarabdha, you have come to me. That is correct only. Who says no? But you should also say, my prarabdha, you are my mother. Right? It's all interconnected prarabdhas. We help each other. We are husband, wife. Interconnected prarabdhas. Son, mother, daughter, pet. Interconnected prarabdhas. Yeah. Array, that dog is able to sleep in your own bed like that with your hand like this means what? Such a cushiony life your dog is having. Some prarabdha you have to fulfill. There's so many dogs wandering in the streets. Who knows? I will not talk anything more. Sukha dukkha di pradam yat karma tat prarabdha. How does prarabdha, now next point, important point. How does prarabdha cease? Bhogena nashtam bhavati. Prarabdha exhausts itself by those joys and sorrows. It exhausts itself automatically. So let us say X force of prarabdha is there. When does that X force become zero? By the time the entire your life is over. By the time this much amount of prarabdha is there. And these prarabdhas are getting exhausted day by day for you. And this body will be there how long? Till that prarabdha is there. Once that prarabdha is over, this body will fall, this sukshma sharira also will end. And then based on the karmas of this life, which goes into the Sanchita, a new prarabdha packet will come out. And that will be your next life. And this we have been doing for janma after janma after janma we have been doing. If you do not understand, you will do this janma also same. Remember, life is not between birth and death. Birth is a comma, death is a semicolon. Sentence continues. Just because a semicolon is there, sentence is so close. No, sentence is going on. Full stop is not there. Full stop is moksha. Praraddham bhogena nashtam bhavati. Only bhoga means what? The experience of prarabdha only will put an end to prarabdha. Do you get what I'm saying? That means the jnani's body after knowledge will not come to an end immediately. Like how our bodies are. Every body, every mind is propelled by prarabdha through the experiences. And as we go through the experiences, our prarabdha becomes lesser and lesser and lesser. Yesterday our prarabdha, today our prarabdha is a difference. Today's prarabdha is lesser than yesterday's prarabdha. Why? That much is exhausted yesterday. Tomorrow something more will be exhausted. Day after tomorrow something will be exhausted. It will exhaust. And as we go through the sukha and dukkha, don't think prarabdha causes dukkha. Prarabdha causes sukha also. Sukha and dukkha. As you go through the prarabdha, meaning sukha and dukkha, your prarabdha is becoming lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser. So let us say at birth you started with 100, at death you end with prarabdha 0. Your count is over there. Right? So even for a jnani's body, mind, of course jnani is Atman, consciousness, that's a different matter. But the body which has been fashioned by prarabdha will have to go through its prarabdha. Depending upon the prarabdha of the body and the mind, that nothing can be done. If that jnani has got prarabdha to live in Himalayas, he will live in that cave only. If the jnani has got the prarabdha to go around the world, he will go around the world. If the jnani has got a prarabdha to have bhoga, so-called bhoga of the world, here, there, eat this, that, lot of people, lot of this, that, clothes, this, that, car, this, that, wo wala, ye wala, sab aa jayega. If the jnani has got a prarabdha to sit in deep samadhi always, that also will be there. Yogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati nandati nandatyeva. Sankaracharya Bhajgovindam. Swamiji Bhajgovindam? Yogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati nandati nandatyeva. Then it is Bhajgovindam. Right? So jnanis have different prarabdhas. Sometimes we ask, why can't all jnanis be same? No. Like how our bodies are not the same, their bodies and their minds also are not the same. One jnani feels a great patriotism. Another jnani is so quiet. Sarvam Jagat. This jnani also knows. But the minds are different. And that freedom should be there now, for each mind to be different. Somebody went to Ramana Maharshi and said the Japanese went to Tattvabodha. Said the Chinese are coming. At that time, the Chinese are coming. The China-India war. And they'll make you work in the fields. Because according to China, everybody should. And they will tell what you have to work. You cannot decide what you have to do. Communist kind of. They will tell. And they'll make everybody do this. Upon you meditating. They'll make you work in the fields. If you tell Gurudev, the Chinese are coming. When are they coming? I'll get up like that. Different Mahatma. You can't expect upon you. No. उनका स्वभाव अलग है. Mahatmas are also different. So one Mahatma is Mauni Baba. Another Mahatma is Talkie Baba. All kinds of Mahatmas are there. Is it not? All prarabdha. They are all one because they are consciousness. They know the real nature. But their body and minds will behave according to their prarabdha. Diseases also will come according to prarabdha also. will come. Usually everybody gets a disease. There is no escape from that, okay? Sometimes you get disease when you are young, sometimes you get disease when you are later, but will come. Usually they will come. Usually they will come. Hale and hearty, suddenly cancer. Kya kare? Here he never smoked also, he never drank also. Lung cancer, kya kare? Aayega. Ramana Maharshi had got cancer in the armpits. But his knowledge was so much that the doctor came, they wanted to put a syringe, to anesthetize and do something about it because the disciples all got some doctor. Yes, what is that? Anesthesia. What does it do? It makes this numb so that I can cut. You cut without that. The doctor continued his surgery because he thought that he will cry and then he will put anesthesia. But he just continued and then after he was like this. Nothing in the face. And after, because the doctor is doing the surgery and he forgot, in that work, he forgot that he is not even anesthetized, Suddenly looked the face. The face was the same radiant smile always. Different type of these Mahatmas. I remember Swamiji was telling in that story, during the Gurudev's Aradhana day. One Mahatma, the maggot or something fell down, that insect which eat the flesh, he put it inside. Kya type hai? Different type of these Mahatmas. But the fact is, their body and all will go through according to what they have to go through. That's why it is said, Prarabdha karmam bhogadeva kshaya bhavati. Prarabdha karma will end only by bhoga. Nothing can be done about it. Jnani, ajnani, it doesn't matter. Prarabdha karma will come. But what is the difference? A jnani remains untouched. We will see how it is. An ajnani cries, weeps, because he doesn't know his real nature. So, as far as Prarabdha is concerned, no escape. The only escape possible is self-knowledge, where you remain unaffected. What about Sanchita for the Jnani? What is Sanchita? Sanchita is that collection of karma which can give infinite crores of births given an opportunity, because so much has been collected. What happens to Sanchita of this Jnani? Sanchita is destroyed. Lock, stock, barrel. Sanchita is destroyed. Prarabdha ends by exhaustion. Sanchita, how it is destroyed by knowledge? Because anything Sanchita destroyed totally. Why? Why? Prarabdha, it has to go through. But the moment somebody attains self-knowledge, at that very kshana moment, entire Sanchita is destroyed. Because for whom does the Sanchita belong? Prarabdha, we can say, can go for the body or the subtle body and the gross body. Sanchita depends on the individual, the jiva. Individual is the foundation of Sanchita. Sanchita has to belong to somebody, right? Belong to somebody. I'll give an example, you'll understand. Gurudev's example only. Somebody was arrested for murder and the court had given a judgment. He has to be hung till death. That's what they say, na? Hung till death. Correct? Hung till death. Meaning, he has to, for him, the judgment is, he has to be killed. That's all. That's a judgment. Now, they're put in prison, so he can't go anywhere. 3 months. They have said that after 45 days, after 45 days, the execution is going to happen for him. Not killed, execution is going to happen. He killed, therefore he is going to be executed. Execution is going to happen. So he is waiting. All the various methods and all he tried, up to the president and all, nothing worked. So he is waiting now. 45 days. But 20 days afterwards, he had suffered a heart attack and he died. 45 days afterwards, he would have been executed. But 20 days afterwards, he suffered a heart attack and he died. अभी क्या करें? File closed. Yes? Sanchita karma has to go to the individual. Individual will have to take birth. Individual is dead now for the jnani. Jnani is consciousness. He doesn't have any sense of individuality. I am so and so. This I am so and so only will have to be born, isn't it? No, but Sukshma Sharira only will have to be born. But because of that individuality, the Sukshma Sharira continues. Because of that individual Sukshma Sharira, is it not? Individual Sukshma Sharira. And as long as the individual is maintained, till that only, the Sanchita karma has to belong to somebody. You cannot say Sanchita karma belongs to Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira comes out of Prarabdha. Sanchita karma belongs to the individual. And the individual is dead. Sanchita karma cannot go anywhere. It is like the end of the file. Because of Prarabdha karma, body is there. Because of Prarabdha karma, mind is there. Okay. But because of the individual, Sanchita karma is there. Individual is a foundation for the entire Sanchita karma. And because there is no individual to whom the Sanchita can be applied anymore, then Sanchita karma is finished. But you cannot say that with Prarabdha. Why? Prarabdha's application is towards the gross body and subtle body. Whereas Sanchita's application is for the individual. Are you getting this subtle point? Prarabdha's application is for the gross body and subtle body. Therefore, its application is there. Whereas Sanchita's application is for the individual. Sanchita holds on to the individual to be there. That file is valid as long as that fellow who is to be executed is there. And the fellow itself goes away. What will happen to the file? The file has nothing. It has no relevance anymore. Not having any relevance anymore, it is closed. In the court, they say it is closed. Here they say Sanchita is destroyed. It's written off. Because there is no individual to whom the Sanchita can go. For the jnani's karmas done so many janmas, you can't take birth for him. And he is not there anymore to take birth. So क्या होगा उसको? Wash out. It's written off. Sanchita is destroyed. And that's what is said here. Sanchitam karma brahma eva aham iti nishchaya. We have not read that, right? 125. Sanchitam karma brahma eva aham iti nishchayatmaka jnanena nashyati. So Sanchita karma, I am Brahman, meaning I am not an individual, meaning individual is gone, dead, gone. By the knowledge of I am pure consciousness, the individual ceases. And at that very time, Sanchita comes to an end. So Sanchita destroyed, Agami, you have to wait till the fall of the body. Right? Sanchita destroyed. So Sanchita cannot give any more birth. And what is happening to Prarabdha? Sorry, I said Prarabdha gets exhausted, and you have to wait till the fall of the body to get Prarabdha to be exhausted and finished. Only one thing more is remaining: Agami. Okay. So karma is threefold: Sanchita, Agami, Prarabdha. Of the three, Sanchita is destroyed at knowledge. Sanchita is destroyed at knowledge. Because no individual is there to give birth to. Sanchita is gone. Prarabdha applies to the body and the mind. Therefore, Jnani's body and mind goes to the Prarabdha. And when will Prarabdha get over? At the fall of the body. At the fall of the mind. For Ajnani, what happens? The mind is kept alive. Which mind is kept alive? Not the mind of this Prarabdha. From the Sanchita, one more mind will be fashioned out. Anyway, we'll come to that. So, till the Jnani's body is there, Prarabdha is in action. Meaning, Prarabdha will be in action, and once the Prarabdha is exhausted, the body will fall. What happens subtle body, we will see later. Okay, now gross body we are seeing. So, Sanchita over, Prarabdha over. What will happen to the Agami? Next. Agami karma api Jnanena nashyati. Agami karma can be seen as twofold. Careful. Agami karma can be seen as twofold. One, what is Agami? Agami karma is the punya and the papa. Punya and the papa which comes after the knowledge. Is it not? After knowledge, the karma that we do, karma that the Jnani does, from that punya and papa comes. Those karmas are called Agami. That is twofold. Some of the Agami will be converted to Prarabdha. Is it not? Some action which a Jnani does, for that the results will come in this Janma itself. So therefore I am saying, some will be converted to Prarabdha, some will go to Sanchita. Those which that go to Sanchita will be dead, gone, because they cannot give any further birth. Because individual is not there. But those the body and the mind will have to go through, they will be there. Are you getting? Sanchita, Agami is of twofold. One, that will come in this Janma as Prarabdha. And that which will be destroyed because it becomes Sanchita. And that is why it is said, Agami karma api jnanena nashyati. Agami karma also by jnana will end. Meaning, that Agami karma which becomes Sanchita will be ended by knowledge. But what about those Agami karma which the Jnani has to experience Prarabdha? Kincha Agami karmana. If at all that it comes, is it not? As Prarabdha, how will the Jnani be? Nalini dalagata jalavat. You have heard this somewhere? Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam. Nalini dalagata jalavat. Nalini, lotus. Dala, leaf. Gata, entered. Jala, water. Meaning the water in a lotus leaf. Does that water ever wet that leaf? No. Even if that come, agachatu. The Jnani is untouched. Untouched. So that's our Gurudev. So much of name and fame he acquired. Untouched. Untouched. Is it not? Untouched. Because who is to be touched? There's no individual to be touched there. It is impossible that he is touched. You and I have ego, and therefore somebody praises you. Thank you. You are my friend. And you keep on looking for praise. That individual incomplete. Kya kare? Kitna? Incomplete so much. He wants this, that, trying to become complete. But never can he become complete. A limited can never become unlimited by becoming bigger and bigger. The balloon can never become infinite by going bigger and bigger. The possibility of serious damage is more. Therefore, you pick the ego prickness. What you said hurt me. Really hurt me. Why? Ego has become itna bada. If it is small, balloon will burst only, sound only. If it is big, dum sound. Our egos have become itna bada. And spiritual knowledge also we have got and become itna bada, little more now. Jnani is no individual to become balloon. He is an empty vessel. It's a cracked pot. Nothing stays inside, everything leaks out. Somebody praises, goes inside, leaked, cracked pot, everything goes out. Nothing remains. We are all balloons becoming bigger and bigger with air. Nalini dalagata jalavatu. Like that droplet of water in that leaf of the lotus remaining untouched. The jnani is untouched by those agami, which is converted into prarabdha. Jnanam sambandho nasti. He has no connection with that. He is untouched. All right. But. What? Huh? When you said the agami performed by the jnani, you said na. You said two things. One, that agami of a jnani which is converted to prarabdha, to that he remains untouched. Is it not? But what about those agamis which are converted to Sanchita? You said jnanena nashyati. Jnanena nashyati means what? He is not born because of that. He is not born because of that. He is not born because of that. That is true. But you know one thing. And that karma, that belonging to agami, which the jnani is not going to experience, but that which has been created by the jnani's body and mind, basically, body is only an instrument. The actual work is happening through the mind. Mind is the instrument, na? It does. That becomes distributed. What Swamiji you said destroyed? Destroyed means the jnani is not going to have a body because of that. But that karma is distributed. Distributed ka matlab kya hai? Let us read. Kincha ye jnaninam stuvanti bhajanti archayanti tan prati jnani kritam agami punyam gacchati ye jnaninam nindanti dvishanti dukkha pradanam kurvanti tan prati jnani kritam sarvam agami yadavachyam karma papatmakam tadgacchati suhridah punyakrityam durhritah papakrityam grishnanti iti. You know, if you worship a jnani, you have got punya for that. Yes? Because jnani is like his consciousness. Only the body and the mind is elemental, but he is consciousness. He is Sakshat Bhagwan walking in a physical body. Is it not? Because he is consciousness. He is not even Bhagwan, he is Brahman. Bhagavan is also one level less than Brahman. Na? Is consciousness the very cause of Ishvara? Such a Mahatma, when somebody worships, they have performed a punya karma. What is the result they get? And if there is some cruel, wicked, terrible, horrible fellow who troubles that jnani, jnani to says he's untouched prarabdha. He doesn't even think prarabdha, he's untouched, full stop. But those who trouble those jnanis, have there not been people troubling jnanis also? There have been. Some jnanis have been tortured also. Some jnanis have been assassinated also. So many things have happened. One jnani was put on the cross. Another jnani was stoned. Another jnani was excommunicated. Another jnani, because he belonged to a different tradition, he said, I am Brahman, I am that Allah. They killed him. So many things have happened. Alright. Ramana Maharshi was taken. Ramana Maharshi, they put a court case on him. Can you think Ramana Maharshi, they put a court case on him? Yes, they put a court case on him. One fellow said, ashram belongs to me. Ramana Maharshi said, I don't care. Anywhere here, there goes. I don't care. He's not interested. But they put a court case. And somehow they prevented Ramana Maharshi from coming. Some very good person said, he should not come to the court. It is not nice. Please don't do that. And somehow, otherwise he would have gone there also. So many things can happen. Whether in Vyavahara or not in Vyavahara, so many things can happen. So these crooks, the worst type of fellows, the most renegade, horrible creatures who trouble those Mahatmas. Of course, they will get terrible papa for that. But there is a natural cosmic law on this governing. What is that? The Shastras say this. What is that? Those kinchaye jnaninam stuvanti, those who worship the jnanis, bhajanti, they cherish him, archayanti, they worship him, tan prati, towards them, jnani kritam agami punyam gacchati. All the punyas performed by the jnani, in agami of course, okay, all those go to those bhaktas. Pujya Gurudev always used to say, the glory of Chinmaya mission is a tapas of Sri Swami Tapovanam. It goes. Worshippers of Mahatmas get their punyas. Om Ajaya Namaha, Om Avyayaya Namaha. What are we doing? Not wantonly, but automatically we are getting the punyas of Gurudev. Understand? Every day chant Ashtotra. Not mechanically, lovingly. Not a day you miss. Without doing anything, you get his punyas. For getting punyas, don't chant. Jnaninam bhajanti, they worship him. They revere him. All the punyas of the jnani go to the Shishya. Okay. Jnani kritam agami punyam. Which agami punya? So much punya. Jnani, every thought is a punya, Every thought is a punya. He is a machine churning out punya. Every breath, he churns out punya. Every breath is a teaching, for him. His consciousness. Right? But then, ye jnaninam nindanti. Those who nindanti, they criticize for no reason only. Any reason is what? Dvishanti. They become inimical to him. Dukkha pradhanam kurvanti. And give him dukkha. Tan prati, towards them, jnani kritam sarvam agami kriyamanam. In agami, whatever has been done by that jnani, yadavachyam, not praiseworthy karma, papatmakam, that which is papa. As I told you, papa is not, don't think like us papa, where we wantonly do some papa and this and that. No, he is a Mahatma. But then, as long as body is there, some papa will be there. If food you eat is also papa. You can't help it. Jivo jivasya jivanam. Papa is there. Very life is papa is there. You can't help it. It is there. Kya kare? And automatically so many papas keep happening. And occasionally by error also something can happen. हो सकता है. He has also got a mind only. No? He has not mind. Mind is there, no? And mind can have sometimes intelligence, sometimes brilliance, sometimes this, that. हो सकता है. Right? Due to some errors of judgment, due to some inputs coming wrongly. So many things can happen. Not often. Occasionally could happen. But the main papa here is not those kind of things. It is what happen automatically in life. All of them will go to those fellows. Avachyam, not praiseworthy. Karma papatmakam tat gacchati. Why? What is the rule? Suhrudaha punya krityam. This is the Upanishadic rule. The Vedic rule. So it cites that. Suhrudaha punya krityam. Suhrudaha, those loving. Punya krityam, they get the punya. Durhrudaha, those who are the wicked. Papa krityam grihnanti, they take the papa. Iti. Thus the Shastra has a citation with respect to this. That is the pramana for that. Okay? In this way, because now what all is gone? Prarabdha, okay, Sanchita, gone. Agami, one of them experienced. One of them distributed. What else is there? Sanchita is gone. Agami. Prarabdha is going on. Right? Now one day Prarabdha also will end. Jnani's body also will fall. Okay? Will also fall. Because body has got an expiry date. And when the body falls, please understand, the mind, the equipments which are also made up of the 5 elements, they also will go back to the 5 elements. Because there is no individual to attach with to get a birth. They become no more useful. They become redundant. So jnani is faculties, karmindriyas, jnanindriyas, pranas, manas, buddhi. They go back to the tanmatras. For us it doesn't go. Why? Because it is required. The individual is there to take it to the next birth. Required. Whereas here the unpacking devatas, they pack it up to the world. Go back to the 5 elements. No more required. Job over. Tatacha Atmavit Samsaram Tirtva Brahmanandam Ihaiva Prapnoti Tarati Shokam Atmavit Iti Shrutehe. So concluding the Jivan Mukti topic. Jivan Mukti to Mukti. Jivan Mukti. Concluding the topic. Tatacha, thus, Atmavit, the knower of the self, Samsaram Tirtva, this incompleteness, this unfulfillment called samsara, this ever realm of change in which we are continuously going up and down, buffeted up. Tirtva, Brahmanandam, that supreme bliss, Iha eva prapnoti. He attains that Brahmananda here itself. Being the consciousness, he is the Satchidananda. Thus says the Chandogya Shruti, Tarati Shokam Atmavit. The knower of the self crosses over sorrow. Meaning unfulfillment, everything he crosses over. And now coming to Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti means what? Videha, Vigata Deha. When the prarabdha is over, the body ends. When that happens, he has no more birth to take. And let the fall of the body of the jnani happen according to prarabdha. According to prarabdha, let him die let the body fall down in a very sacred place like Kashi, or in a gutter in a slum. It matters not. The very moment he attained that knowledge, at that time itself he had become Brahman. The body was only waiting to fall. Let it fall. No more is there any birth for such a jnani. Videha Mukti. This is liberation. Videha. Videha, fall of the body. Not only fall of the body, no more any more Deha for him. Videha, Vigata Deha. Right? Tanum tyajatu va kashyam Shvapachasya grihe tava Jnana samprapti samaye Mukto sau vigata shayaha Iti smritescha. Thus says the Smriti. With Smriti, we are not able to track it out. Iti smritescha. Thus says the Smriti. Smriti means not the Upanishad, but a text which has been written by a great Mahatma. Smriti does not mean only Bhagavad Gita. There are so many texts written by great Mahatmas. Puranas are Smritis. Mahabharata also is a Smriti in a way. So a text it has been a well-known text of those times which Shankaracharya used, now not available to us. Therefore, we do not know which text is this from. What does it say? Tanum tyajatu va kashyam. Let the body be dropped in Kashi, the place where Lord Shiva is supposed to come and tell to the ears of that jiva when he is about to die. Lord Shiva says Ram Ram and he gets liberated, it seems. That's why people, when they are about to die and all, they go to Kashi and stay there. Tanum tyajatu va kashyam. Such a holy place. Any holy place for that matter. Tiruvannamalai. Another holy place. People all go to these kind of places, settle down. A lot of holy places are there in our country. Kailas. Let the body fall in a holy place, sanctified by the divinities. Or Shvapachasya grihe tava. Shvapacha is one who kills the dog and eats dog's flesh. Meaning, he is such a uncultured person. Grihe tava, or in his home. Let the jnani's body fall in his home. Why did the jnani go there? Pata nahi. He must have got whatever the reason. Let the body fall. Meaning anywhere. Jnana samprapti samaye. At the very moment of knowledge. Mukto sau. He is liberated. Okay? Mukto sau. And now, vigata ashayaha. When the body falls, even the ashayaha, the mind, the subtle body is also gone. Right? Subtle body gone, gross body gone. Karana sharira is nothing but ajnana, that long back gone. Now what is there? Brahman alone is. Alright? This is his Videha Mukti. He being Brahman and not taking any more Deha is Videha Mukti. Iti Tattvabodha Prakaranam Samaptam. Thus concludes the Prakarana Grantha Tattvabodha. All right. And we don't conclude such wonderful texts. We start again. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitartaya Tattvabodho Bhidiyate. Bole Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Let's sit for a moment in silence. Invoke in your hearts the blessings of Bhagvan Adi Sankaracharya, our own Parama Gurudev, Swami Tapovanji, Pujya Gurudev, Guruji Swami Tejomayanji, Pujya Swami Swarupananji, the Lord whom you worship, we seek their grace and blessings so that we realize this ultimate truth and become one with that pure Brahman, which is our real nature. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.